So we're just leaving our stay here in Fort Walton Beach. It's at a Hilton Garden Inn. We managed to stay for free with some rewards points. Thanks to this guy who likes to research all kinds of things like that. There's EV charging. There's a station with 2 Tesla chargers and 1 charge point, although Zach had read on PlugShare that the Tesla chargers weren't working very well. We did see one plugged in.
Yeah.
So maybe it was working, but we ended up using the charge point because someone was plugged into the Tesla one next to us. Clipper Creek. I stand corrected. And then we've been using our ShockFlo adapter, which worked well. It was raining almost the entire weekend, but it held up, and now we're getting ready to head out. Upon leaving Destin, we discovered an artificial dolphin-shaped reef off the coast of Miramar Beach and decided to go check it out. This is one of our favorite parts of road tripping, the random sights that you might see along the way. There are 4 artificial reefs off the coast of Miramar Beach, a dolphin-shaped one, a sea turtle, a seahorse, and a grouper. They are close enough to shore to paddle or kayak to and provide both recreational opportunities as well as help provide diverse habitats for marine life. Have our first Tesla complaint from this guy.
I mean, well, first, right? And it's not like a huge ordeal. But
He's a little peeved that apparently, okay, he's not that upset, but apparently the Tesla trip planner doesn't take into account the time zones and the time changes. So he's lost an hour on his drive home, and he's not too pleased.
Yeah, I feel like it should just be able to handle it. I mean, it knows what time zone you're traveling to. It should. Why wouldn't it factor that in?
So make a note. We all need to let Tesla know. They need to give us an over-the-air software update maybe for Zach to feel a little better. Right?
Yeah. We're at our first supercharging stop of the day in Mariana at a barbecue restaurant. Other places here nearby as well. First stop of the day. The destination charging really helped us not have to charge up for the past couple days on our trip at all.
We just stopped after our first supercharging stop of our day today. We were actually able to get close to a full charge at our hotel before we left, which gave us a pretty good start, including for our random excursions to go look at a dolphin reef, man-made dolphin reef. But now we stopped in Mariana, Florida on our way out, and we put 83 miles on the car. It took us 10 minutes, and it cost $7.77, and we ideally would have stopped in Tallahassee based off of our state of charge, because we had to stop a little early. In Mariana, we had 36% battery, but Zach really didn't want to stop in Tallahassee because there's only one supercharger there, and it's a 150 kilowatt and not a lot of stalls, I guess you were saying?
Yeah, it seems to be, at least 50% occupied all the time. So I really didn't want to charge at only 75 kilowatts. At this one we started at, I think close to 220 kilowatts, and it trickled down to about 100 when I unplugged. So even at the very end, it was still charging better than what we would have had in Tallahassee.
So that has caused us to have to take a short stop on either side, not quite either side, but before Tallahassee and after Tallahassee. And hopefully that'll be enough to get us home.
So we're at a 250 kilowatt supercharger here in Madison, Florida. But we're just going to charge for a little bit and move on because this mobile RB's combo here has 1.5 stars. So everyone's scared to use the bathroom. So really quick charge and we'll be on our way to Live Oak. So we're finishing up a charge here at Busy Bee. It's very similar to a Buc-ee's. Very nice clean restrooms, a lot better than the last stop we were at in Madison, Florida. My only complaint is it's a 150 kilowatt charger. We had our own, but then you can see someone pulled in here next to me, and so we're sharing power, but it was right at the tail end. There's enough here that everyone can have their own stall, but I think it's one of those things that's starting to happen with newer owners because they're so used to the 250 kilowatt chargers. You're not as aware of paying attention to the stall numbers to make sure you're not splitting power.
Here's our graph from the Busy Bee Supercharger. You can see that our starting charge was at 145 kilowatts, which was almost the full 150 kilowatt charge available. You can see here is where the charge rate begins to taper. Then there is a sharp drop at this point, about 10 minutes into our charge session. The sharp drop was caused by the person that plugged in using the same cabinet. That dropped our charge rate from 91 kilowatts to 73 kilowatts. We didn't move the car since we had already tapered off enough that it didn't affect our charge rate too much. However, had they plugged the car in right after we did, our 145 kilowatt charge rate would have dropped to 75, causing our rate to be roughly half as fast.